Today, we're talking about getting out of your comfort zone, especially when it comes to starting or growing your TPT business, because the comfort zone feels safe, but it's actually the number one thing keeping teachers stuck, overwhelmed, and under-earning. By the end of this episode, you'll understand exactly why you're feeling fear around visibility, investing, and taking action, and how to move forward with confidence.
Hey, teacher friend. Welcome to Online Business for Teachers, the podcast for educators who are tired of being tired and wondering if there's more out there. Are you up late Googling online jobs for teachers or how to make extra money from home? Do you dream about starting a business, working from home, or finally getting paid for the resources you've already created without adding more stress to your plate? I'm Monica Lopez, a former teacher who was burnt out, overwhelmed, and secretly searching for a way out. I wanted more time with my kids, the freedom to work from home, and a way to make money doing something I actually enjoyed. That's when I discovered the simplest path, creating and selling my own teacher resources, using the skills I already had. Now, I help teachers like you turn your ideas into income with step-by-step guidance, real talk about finding time to grow your business, and the mindset shifts that help you believe it's actually possible. So close those lesson plans and grab your favorite drink. It is your turn now.
When I first started my business, I was terrified of being seen. I didn't want my coworkers to find out. I didn't want people asking, who does she think she is? And honestly, I was afraid to invest money into something when I wasn't 100% sure it would work. But staying in my comfort zone wasn't keeping me safe. It was actually keeping me small. It was keeping me tired, and it was also keeping me stuck. But once I realized that fear is just a feeling created by our brain trying to keep me safe, it was easier to understand, and it was easier to feel it and do the brave thing anyway. So let's talk about the fears that keep us in the comfort zone, because naming them actually takes away their power. Let's start with the number one fear, the fear of investing in yourself and your business. Most teachers are not scared to spend money on their students because guess what? We will drop $50 at Target on organizers, flare pens, sticky notes, a cute bin because, it's for the kids. We'll pay out of pocket for snacks, flexible seating, decorations, and field trip shirts without thinking twice. But the second it's something that it isn't directly for the classroom, something that feels like it's for you, that's when the panic hits. Things like coaching programs, premium clip art, TPT premium membership, or even like a $27 mini course on how to create thumbnails. Suddenly, your brain goes, whoa, that's a lot. Are you sure? What if it doesn't work? What if you waste that money? What if your spouse thinks it's dumb? What if you don't even follow through? I want you to think about the last time that you thought about investing in something for your business. Maybe it was a coaching call or a course or a big clip art bundle. Do you remember that tight feeling in your chest, that swirl of thoughts that came up? For a lot of teachers, it sounds like, I don't deserve this yet. I haven't made enough money to justify it. I should probably wait until things calm down. I don't want my family to think I'm wasting money online. The underlying belief is this: I'm safe when I don't spend money on myself. I'm irresponsible if I do. As teachers, we're used to spending money only when it benefits our students. That's the normal thing to do. And that is what feels justified and expected. So when it comes to spending money on ourselves, on learning new skills and improving our business or making our workflow easier, it suddenly feels uncomfortable. It feels wrong. And it's not because the investment is irresponsible. It's because most of us have never been taught to prioritize our own growth. We've been taught to give, to serve, to sacrifice, not to pour back into ourselves. It's the same brain, the same money, just a different direction. One direction is approved by the system and the other is chosen by you. And that is what makes it scary, because investing in your business forces you to say, I believe my ideas are worth something. I believe my time is valuable. I believe I can actually make this money back. And for a lot of teachers, saying that out loud feels like stepping into a completely new identity. At least it was for me. And if you've spent years being underpaid, undervalued, and told to be grateful for what you have, that kind of belief feels uncomfortable and it feels wrong. So what do? We keep ourselves safe with these tiny compromises. We'll get the free fonts instead of the commercial set that we really want. We'll spend hours looking for free clip art instead of buying the one bundle that would save us so much time. We'll refuse to pay the TPT premium membership even though it would literally increase our payout and give us more tools. We tell ourselves, when I start making more, I'll invest. But the truth for all of us is this: we're not making more because we refuse to invest. Now, I'm not saying to go max out your credit card on 50 different courses. No, not at all. What I'm saying is this: there is a difference between reckless spending and intentional investing. Reckless spending says, let me buy all of the things because maybe one of them will be the magic fix. Intentional investing says, I know what problem I'm trying to solve, and I'm willing to put some money behind that solution. So I want you to picture this for a second. Let's say that you're thinking about buying a $60 clip art pack or even the TPT premium membership. Your brain goes straight to, that's $40 I'll never get back. Or what if my store never takes off? Or what if I don't have time to use it? But what if we flipped the question? Instead of asking, what if I waste this money? Ask, what is it costing me not to invest? How much time are you wasting trying to design with free fonts that you don't actually like? How many products have you not created because you didn't have the right clip art or the templates? How much money have you left on the table because you're afraid of the $59 TPT premium fee? The same fee that would increase your earnings on every single sale. And then there's coaching. This is where a lot of people freeze. Coaching feels big. It feels personal. It feels exposed. You mean I'm going to pay someone to look at my store and tell me what to do? What if they see how messy everything is? What if I don't follow through? What if I can't get the results? Those are all normal thoughts, y'all. Of course, your brain freaks out. It sees coaching as a threat to your comfort zone because coaching says we're not just thinking about this anymore. We're actually going to do something. We're going to make decisions. We're going to create. We're going to test. We're going to adjust. And that's exactly why coaching works. You're not paying someone to wave a magic wand. You're investing in clarity, in focus, and momentum so you don't spend another year spinning by yourself. And if you've ever thought, I should be able to figure this out on my own, I want to challenge that. You could probably figure it out on your own. You are smart, you are capable, you are a teacher, you're a problem solver every single day. But at what cost? At the cost of another year guessing what to create, another year of inconsistent uploads, another year of telling yourself, maybe next summer, I'm ready to do it. Sometimes investing is not about can I, but how long do I want to keep doing this the hard way? Here's what I want you to take away from all of this. Fear around investing is not proof that you shouldn't do it. It's proof that your brain has been trained to feel safer when you're giving to others than when you're giving to yourself. You're not irresponsible for investing in growth. You're not selfish for spending money on your business. You're not silly for wanting help. You are a teacher who has spent years pouring out, and now it's okay. In fact, it's more than okay to pour back into yourself. So I want you to think about this question. You can journal on it, or you can just carry it with you today. What is one small intentional investment that you're willing to make in your business next year? Not to prove anything to anyone else, but to show yourself that you're worth betting on. That might be a course, a coaching program, a template pack, or that premium membership that you've been avoiding. It doesn't have to be huge. It just has to mean something to you, because every time you choose to invest in your growth or in your purpose, you're stepping out of your comfort zone and into your future. You're telling yourself, I believe in you, and that is powerful. So now let's talk about the fear of the unknown, because this is also one of the biggest reasons teachers stay in their comfort zone. Because teachers, we live in a world of routines and systems and schedules and expectations. We know the bell schedule. We know when the copier jams. We know what Fridays feel like. We know the curriculum pacing guide better than our own needs. Teaching is predictable. Even when it is chaotic, I get it, but it's predictable. But building a business, there's no pacing guide for that. And that feels terrifying. What if I start and I have no idea what I'm doing? What if I choose a wrong niche? What if I'm wasting my time? What if nobody buys? What if this actually works and I don't know how to handle it? Our brain loves answers. It loves certainty, and it loves knowing exactly what to expect. And when you step into something new, especially something as wide as creating products or growing a TPT store, there are no guarantees. There's no step-by-step curriculum handed to you. There's no one checking your work or telling you that you're doing it right. There's no rubric. It's just you taking the next step. And that level of openness can feel like standing at the edge of a cliff with no map. But here's what we need to understand. Fear of the unknown is not proof that you shouldn't do it. It's proof that your brain is trying to protect you from something unfamiliar. So it's screaming at the top of its lungs because it's unfamiliar. But you know what? Unfamiliar doesn't mean unsafe. Unfamiliar simply means that you haven't lived that version of yourself yet, because y'all, everything you want is in the unknown. The confidence that you want, that's in the unknown. The income that you want, the freedom that you want, the peace that you want, it all exists outside the routines that make you feel comfortable. And if you stay only where you've already been, you're only ever going to get where you already have. So the work is not to eliminate the unknown. You can't do that. The work is to get comfortable taking the next step without having the entire staircase figured out. It's like teaching on your first year. You have no idea what you're doing, but you didn't wait until you felt ready. You learned as you went. You adjusted as you went. You figured it out. It's just that we forgot that we can figure it out. We forgot how it is when things are unknown. And so now we just want to feel comfortable. Your business, it works the same way. You don't need to know everything today. You don't need the whole plan. You just need the right step. And guess what? You're allowed to figure it all out along the way. So think about it like this. What would you change in your business if you trusted yourself to learn as you go? Instead of trying to control every unknown before you begin. Because stepping out of your comfort zone isn't about eliminating fear. It's about feeling the fear and doing it anyway. Feeling the fear and doing it anyway. All right. Last but not least, I want to talk about the fear of being seen and judged, because y'all, I know this one oh so well. It's one of the hardest comfort zone fears to talk about because it feels so personal. These two are usually together. They travel together. It's not just what if people see me? It's more like, what will they think of me if they see me? All right. As for teachers, this hits on a whole different level because we work in buildings where everyone knows everyone. Co-workers talk, principals watch, parents gossip, all of the things. So the idea of putting your work online and sharing your ideas and creating products, even posting a simple preview video, it can feel like standing under a spotlight that you never asked for. Even if nobody knows that you're doing this, your brain starts thinking, what if my coworkers see this? What if my parents find my store? What if my principal thinks I'm trying to make extra money? What if another seller judges my covers? What if someone laughs? What if I look like I'm trying too hard? What if they judge me for trying to make more money? It's actually easier to stay invisible than to deal with the imagined opinions of other people. But you have to realize most of the people you're worried about are not even thinking about you. They're wrapped up in their own lives, their own insecurities, their own fears. The ones who do notice, usually they're watching you because they wish they had the courage to do what you are doing. But your brain does not interpret it that way. Your brain sees visibility as danger, as exposure, as potential embarrassment. And so it tries to protect you by whispering, stay small, stay quiet, stay safe, don't make a scene, don't stand out, don't let anybody have an opinion about you. Yes, this feels uncomfortable, but uncomfortable doesn't mean unsafe. It means unfamiliar, because visibility is where opportunities come from. It's where clarity grows and where your actual audience will find you. They have to be able to see you to be able to find you. But the fear of being judged is almost always louder than the judgment itself. The comments that you imagine are harsher than anything that will ever be said. The scenarios you picture are more dramatic than anything that will ever happen. And the judgment you fear from others is a mirror of the judgment that you're already holding against yourself. So you are the one that's judging yourself, not other people. So instead of asking yourself, what are people going to think of me? Try asking yourself, why am I giving strangers and coworkers more power over my future than I am giving myself? So today, I want to share a strategy that I learned from one of my coaches, and it completely changed the way I deal with fear now. It's simple, but it's powerful. Practice feeling the fear on purpose. Most of the time, we aren't afraid of the action itself. We're afraid of the feeling that we imagine will come with it. Embarrassment, judgment, discomfort, awkwardness, failure, being misunderstood. Those feelings are what keep us stuck. So here's the exercise. Write down that fear, all of it. Don't sugarcoat it. Then ask yourself, what if this actually happened? Then what? So for example, what if my coworkers found out about my TPT store? Okay, then what? What's the worst thing that could realistically happen when someone rolls their eyes? Maybe somebody makes a comment. Okay, then what? Maybe you feel embarrassed for a moment. Maybe you feel exposed. Maybe you feel vulnerable. All right. And then what? Guess what? Life goes on. You're still you. You're still capable. You still have a business. You still get to create, because the real truth here is we're not afraid of the situation. We're afraid of the emotion. We're afraid of the embarrassment, the disappointment, the judgment. So let yourself feel the emotion ahead of time. If you're afraid of embarrassment, sit with embarrassment for a few seconds or minutes. Let your chest tighten. Let your stomach drop. Let your face feel warm. Feel it fully on purpose. Because once you feel the emotion, once you let it move through you, it loses its power. When you've already felt the thing you were afraid of, when you've already felt the thing you were terrified of feeling, you're no longer controlled by it. Fear shrinks when you face the feeling underneath it. So feel the fear. Let it move through you, and then do the thing anyway. The fear does not go away. It's that you're no longer letting it make the decisions for you. All right, friends. I hope this episode has inspired you to take your power back and take some action, even if you feel afraid and even if you feel stuck. Feel the fear and do it anyway. And if this episode is stirring something inside of you, if you're tired of staying in your comfort zone, tired of guessing your next steps, tired of feeling stuck, I want to invite you to join the waitlist for my brand new coaching program, 100 for 100. This is a small group experience where we walk together through the core foundations you actually need to grow a TPT business with clarity and confidence. There's no more guessing. There's no more doing it alone. No more overthinking. Just simple steps, real support, and a system that finally makes sense. It's designed to help you move, to take action, build momentum, and make your first or your next $100 back with coaching, accountability, and guidance that meets you where you are. If you've been listening and thinking, okay, I'm ready to take the next step, then I'd love to have you inside. Join the waitlist using the link in the show notes, and you'll be the first to know when the doors open. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next week.
Hey, teacher friend, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If this show is helping you dream a little bigger, would you take 30 seconds to leave a quick review? It means the world to me, and it helps more teachers find their way to this podcast. I'll meet you back here next week. Take care and keep dreaming bigger.